Hello. My name's Shauna, and I've got ideas. This is Shauna's Ideas. On today's episode, I'd like to talk about life lessons. A lot of you have expressed to me that I'm an adult. They're like, Shauna, you're in your 30s. You know things about life. Can you teach me? And I'm like, yeah. And so I want to talk about some things that I've learned this week. The first thing that I learned is that cats eat plants when they want to throw up. I learned this through my friend Ichabod, that you can see to my left. The other day I was getting ready for work, and I looked at him, and he was eating all of my plants. He was just chewing the shit out of plants. And I was like, what are you doing? Stop. And he was like, no. And he just kept doing it. And I was like, why are you doing that? And I just kind of let him do it. And then 10 minutes later, he threw up everywhere. He threw up 7 times. And then I Googled it, and I found out that cats throw up a lot. And when they want to throw up and they don't feel good, they eat plants because it makes them sick to their stomach. And then I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense. And then a couple days later, I was at work and I was eating a Caesar salad that I had made, and I was like, what? Wait. Another thing that I learned this week is that metal is menace. I had a razor blade that I had in my art kit and that I use for various uses in making art, and at some point I had thrown it onto my dresser, and when I was cleaning last week I grabbed it. I didn't know it was there, and I jammed it into my finger, and it just bled and bled and bled for 45 minutes. It just seeped blood everywhere. And it just made me think a lot about how we're just like these fleshy, defenseless creatures, and the only reason we haven't been eaten by bears is because we learned how to invent guns. The third thing that I learned this week is that kangaroos have 3 vaginas. Kangaroos have 3 vaginas. Just think about that for a second. Think about puberty. And then think about 3 vaginas. That is just horrifying. It just makes me like, oh my God. Ugh. It just makes me really grateful that I'm not a kangaroo. So, those are 3 things from an adult to think about for the week about life lessons. I hope that you learned from them, and I hope that you like and subscribe. And see you next week.